learn to speak English fluently if you're over 30 years old? Yes, but there are a few things you need to know if you're over 30 and your goal is to speak English fluently. And that's what I'm sharing in this video today. There are 4 main things that you need to focus on to get from where your English speaking skills are today to confident, fluent English and the freedom to speak with ease. If you're new to this channel, a big welcome. I'm Emma, the founder of the Hey Lady English speaking community. It's a place for women to practice speaking English and building confidence and fluency as English speakers. Helping women to become fearless and fluent in English is what I do every day. So I want to make sure that I invite you to my free live training next week, which will help you to clearly define your path towards English fluency. I'll share more details about how you can join me for that live training later on in this video, so make sure you keep watching. For now, please give this video a like if you enjoy it, subscribe if you want to hear more from us, and let's get into the lesson. Okay, so many people think that learning English or any language is more difficult or perhaps even impossible as we get older. Do you agree with this idea? If you feel comfortable sharing your age with me down in the comments, I'm really curious to hear your opinion about this. Let me know if you think it's possible, or perhaps you think it's difficult to learn a language as you get older. I started asking myself this question recently because I'm 38 and I have been wanting to re-energize my Spanish speaking skills for a while now. And to be honest, I've been wondering if it's all just a little bit too late, if it's all a bit too hard. I'm running my own business. How am I going to prioritize the time? So I started doing a little bit of research into this, and the good news is it's not too late. Not at all. It is absolutely possible to develop fluency in a language as an adult. But we do face some extra challenges that kids and teenagers and even younger adults don't usually have to deal with. We have lots of responsibilities and different priorities that compete for our attention. Our careers, saving money for a house, and then kids come along and suddenly the money and the time and the energy that you had gets taken away from you. So I would argue that the real problem that we're up against is being able to allocate resources to our fluency goals. And when I say resources, I'm talking about money, time, and energy. That, along with our inner critic, who'll spend the whole time telling us that we can't, that we'll humiliate ourselves, and that we should just give up. So there are those 4 things that are essential ingredients to fluency for us oldies. Immersion is the first one. When I say immersion, I mean a place to get regular exposure to English and also a place to get experience speaking English, real life practice in a variety of different situations. I'm going to say that practicing with AI tools is a great way to help you start to speak English, but to develop real fluency, you need to be putting yourself into real conversations with real people, not computers. And this is so you can learn all these different communication skills, how to read someone's body language, how to express dislike, how to have a meaningful conversation with someone even when you don't know anything about the topic. All of this comes through real-world experience. And the good news is you don't need to live in an English-speaking country anymore to be able to immerse yourself in English. It is essential that you create time for consistent regular practice, that you build a routine and you have a clear plan of action. Because we need to combat our busy schedules here and actually plan and factor in the time that we need to spend working on our fluency. Thinking about practicing is not enough. Spending 100% of your time watching YouTube videos or listening to podcasts is not enough to build fluency as an English speaker. You need to think seriously about a practice routine that includes regular speaking opportunities. If you're not sure how to do that, hit me up down in the comments and I'll share a few resources with you. Patience and a growth mindset are also essential. Acknowledge that fluency develops over time. It also comes and goes depending on the situation, depending on the topic of the conversation, or who you're talking to, maybe even what's going on around you at the time. Some days you might feel really fluent, amazing, but then the next, things don't go so well and you feel like you're back at square one. So you must learn to be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to make mistakes and learn from them. Your journey to speaking English fluently is going to span months and probably years, depending on how frequently you practice speaking and how much exposure you give yourself to different situations. So be realistic with the goals that you set for yourself, and above all, get comfortable on this journey because you need to be in it for the long haul. Which brings me to my last essential ingredient: fun. You need to find or you need to create a space where you can play with language, where you can experiment and try new things without the fear of making mistakes and being judged. You need to actively look for different people and different conversation topics that will inspire you to connect and to actually show up and practice regularly. It's got to be enjoyable and meaningful, because without fun, your practice becomes boring, too hard, or irrelevant, and then you stop. With these 4 things, fluent, confident English is not just possible, it's inevitable. Now, if you're wondering, how do I bring all of these 4 things into my English practice? How do I make immersion, regular practice, patience, and fun part of my English learning experience? If you're wondering that, please make sure you register for my live training next week. In it, I'm going to take you through a process that will help you to allocate time, energy, and other resources towards your fluency. And we'll create an action plan so that you know exactly what you need to do to speak English fluently. You can get all of the details and register for the live training using the link down in the description box below. When you click it, you'll need to add your name and your email so that we can send you the link to join the live training, and so that we can send you the recording as well if you want to go back and watch it again. If you're watching this video later in April or later in the year, don't worry, you can still get access to the training. I can send you a recording of that training. So if you also register using the link below, you won't miss out. I'll send you the recording. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm Emma from the Hey Lady English speaking community. I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.